Hey guys, this is Grace and welcome to my April monthly celebrations video. If you're new to my channel or you have not heard of this video series that I'm doing, this is a monthly collaboration that I do with Coley Bing. She is here on YouTube, and I will make sure to link her video in the description below. Anyways, this month I'm actually gonna go with the more traditional April video, which are Easter pictures. If you're new to my channel or you've not heard this series that I'm doing, it is basically Nicole and I would put together a layout along with a process video that kind of showcases what we celebrate for that particular month. And for this series, I have been doing 2-page layouts, and I also share a sketch. So if you want to know or want to see the sketch that I'm using for this particular month's layout, make sure that you check the link below, because the link to my blog will be in the description as well. So let me share, before I get started, let me share with you the items that I am planning on using with this particular page. So I have my pictures. I'm working with 4x6. These are pictures of Easter from last year, 2016. And you might be wondering why she is so ahead, because she is scrapbooking 2016. I jump from one year to another. I organize my pages chronologically, but I don't necessarily scrapbook chronologically. So I may have 2016 done, but I don't have 2012 done, or 2013, or whatever the case may be. So don't put me in such a high pedestal, because I am not at all caught up. So anyways, so those are 4x6 pictures, and I have I think I have 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I believe I have 7 pictures, and I'm not planning on cutting them down. That's my plan, but we'll see. I have 2 stamps that I would like to use. Now, the reason I decided to have stamps, because I wanted to use these label stickers. As you can see, there's not a lot of them left anymore. I did go through my stash when I was preparing for this particular page, because I wanted to use up my stash. So these are from GCD Studios, and I like the pastel colors of some of these elements here. And so I plan on, as you can see, there's not a lot of stuff anymore, but I can use stamps to fill in some of these spaces in the centers of that. So that's why I have these stamps right here. And I'm just going to stamp this probably with just black ink. And then I have 2 thickers that I got from Tuesday Morning. They're both Amy Tangerine, and I felt that they could work well with my title. So maybe this one will be part of my title, and then I could just subtitle Easter or whatever with these pink ones. We shall see. And then I have 2 punches here. I have a 1 3/4 EK Success circle punch, and then this one is a Marvi Uchida. What is the size of this thing? I'm not sure. I think this is a 2-inch one, because I always use these 2 together. So the reason why I'm doing this, because I want to punch out some papers to create my embellishments. And then I have some 3x4 cards. And one thing that I wanted to kind of emphasize in this page, or to play with this page, is to use 3x4 cards to as embellishments. So I don't know about you, but I don't do Project Life or pocket scrapbooking in the normal sense of it, but I do love the products, and so I get them once in a while. But because I don't do the pocket scrapbooking style, I kind of hoard them. So I wanted to show you, if you are in the same boat, or if you just have a lot of 3x4 or 4x6 cards, these can be a great way to still incorporate them in your 12x12 or double page layouts, without having to kind of create that pocket style design. So that's what I'm planning on doing that. And then I just pulled out a bunch of stuff. This is just a frame. I don't even know who makes this, but I got it in my scrap, and maybe I can put my journaling something. I don't know. We'll see if I can use it. Now this one is a free printable that I printed from Scrapbook Generations, so maybe 6 months ago or so. They usually give out free printables once in a while. And I actually printed it on watercolor paper, and so that I will see if I can kind of do some kind of watercolor effect on this before I put it on my page, which now I'm thinking maybe I could use this frame to go on that. Maybe, we'll see. And then I have these two cards. They're 4x3 or 4x, they're actually 4x4, and they are from a Studio Calico kit that I purchased a long time ago. So I'm going to see if I can use that. I have a couple of these circles, and they look like scallops, but they are kind of a different scallop than the one that I'm going to punch out, but we will see if I can use this. I just like the colors. It reminds me of spring, so we'll use that one. And then I have been neglecting all my photo corners, and so I'm hoping to use this. I decided to go with the pink because, again, pastel-y colors, and I also have a few pinks in my other embellishments. So I'm going to see if I can use that one. As for papers, the past few months I've kind of been going through my scraps, and so I decided that this time around I'm going to go with pure or with complete 12 by 12 pages and just cut them apart. This one is a paper from Studio Calico, and I just like the different kinds of words. They don't really match with my Easter theme, but I do like kindness and so good. So we'll see if I can incorporate this in my page. I have 5 double-sided papers. This one's from GCD Studios. And then this one is from Echo Park. This is a pretty old paper, but I have a lot of these because I love the multicolored triangles on that. And this one is Recollections. Actually, this is not a double-sided paper, but I like the green. It will match with the pink. And then this one is from Webster's Pages. It's Alison Kreft. And I like this side, but I can also use these 3x4 cards, so we shall see which one I end up using. I really like this one though, the variegated yellow. So we'll see. And then this one is actually pulled out from a paper pad from DCWB. I mean, that's Die Cuts with a View. And it's just purple with the arrows. So I thought that it will be good. I have some papers that have a lot of design on them, but I also have more that are subdued so that I can layer them on top of each other and they won't kind of just make my page look so crazy. So that is my plan, and follow me along as I make this page. Alright guys, so I'm starting off with my white background, which is actually just the backside of a pattern paper, and I'm just cutting that to size because it has the barcode. Well, it's not really the barcode, but the top, that so it's not a full 12 by 12. And then I really love this paper. I love those 3x4s, but I also just love the backside of it, which is the kind of ombre yellow effect. So I just cut that in half, and I'm not so sad about it because I know that it's just paper. I mean, there were times where I really was stingy with paper, but nowadays it's just paper. So anyways, I am actually cutting these papers a little bit smaller than 12 by 12 because I like um, the white background kind of peeking through, framing all of my items all around my page. So I'm cutting that about a 1/4 inch shorter than the 12 by 12 white background. So I've cut the yellow paper just 6 inches, cut that in half, and then the green Starburst paper, I've cut that in, I think it's about 3 inches or 2.5, and it's probably about 2.5. And then this floral paper, I've cut that into 3 inches. And so that's what I'm just going to be kind of putting that side by side. And it's really pretty. The sad thing about that is that it will be covered up by my photos, but it's all right. At least I gave it a try, and I love the result of how you kind of butt up all the different papers in vertically. And also I like that they they let me use a lot, or this design allowed me to use a lot of papers on my page, which everybody knows that we have way too much paper that we can ever use, right? And so I'm going to use this purple paper. I think I cut that about 2 inches or maybe 1.5 inch, and then of course I'm trimming that down so that it will be the same height as everybody else on my page. And I'm just moving things around. If you've ever watched me create a page, you know that I don't really commit to my design right off the bat. I kind of like to move things around, and so that's what I'm doing here. And then with this one, I wanted to use the solid side of this paper just to kind of break up all of the patterns that are in my on my layout. And also I like that the yellow corresponds with the chevron yellow paper that's on the center. So it kind of spreads that color around in my page as well. So I just used my favorite scallop punch from Fiskars. Yes, that is my favorite of all time. I can say that because I've used that punch in like almost every page that I have been making in the last 6 months, I think, because yeah. Anyways, so here are my photos. I'm putting all my vertical photos on the top, and then my horizontal photos are going to go on the bottom. And then those are those two 4x4 cards. The one with the grids, that's going to house my journaling, and then the floral one is just going to be an accent. So here I'm playing around with my 3x4 cards. I punched out some circles from them. It's a 1 3/4 punch, and then I am punching out some scallop, 2-inch scallop that would go layer behind those circle accents. So that is how I'm using my 3x4 cards right now, because I don't do Project Life or pocket scrapbooking, and I need to use up those stash. So if you ever have any 3x4 cards or 4x6 and you really love those cards and yet you don't do any more pocket type scrapbooking, you might want to punch them out and use them as accents to your 12x12 or 12x24 pages. So I've decided that I'm going to put my title there. I did put that on some wax paper just because I wasn't sure where it's gonna go, and so I like the flexibility that the wax paper gives me, that I can move things around, and especially if I'm using stickers and thickers and stuff like that. So here I'm just adhering everything now. I did adhere the right side of the page before turning on the video again, so that you don't have to see me glue everything back up. So I want to make sure that that all the papers kind of align. I know that it, like I said, we're going to cover that all with photos, but I want to make sure they're aligned. So I'm flip that right side page just to make sure that they're all even, and then I press my adhesive onto the left side. And then I'm trimming this out because that's going to be my center photo, and because I don't really care. Well, I don't want to say I don't really care, but I'm not very particular about where in the center it will be cut. It will, the photo will be sliced into two, and so I just cut that instead of adhering, because usually, we adhere the photo first and then we trim the excess to add it to the other page, but I just trim that in half so I don't have to worry about it. And here I'm just adding some photo corners. I am going to add some more adhesive on the back, but I like the accent of the photo corners that it gives to each of the photo, and I did that for all of the pictures, and I'm not gonna show you how I did that with all of the photos because that takes a long time. So I did cut that out of the video. But here I'm showing you now this particular one. I did add a little piece of that 3x4 card that has a little tab on the top, and so I adhered that on the back of the photo before adhering the rest of the photo onto the page. And so as you can see, I've adhered everything. I did trim down that one horizontal photo because there was a lot of white space and I needed the space. So also I'm going to let you know that I think I put too much stuff that I wanted to use for this page. Because I just went crazy trying to pick things from my stash, and a lot of those don't end up being part of the layout. Like the vellum, it didn't make it on the page, and some other accents that I pulled out. There was just too much, and plus my photos were too big. I think if I had to time, or I guess the foresight, I would have printed some of these photos smaller. But nowadays, I just want to be efficient. And so if I can cut out some of my photo prepping before I order my pictures, I'd rather have that than have to deal with that extra time out of my day, if that makes any sense. So, like I said in the beginning, I wanted to use some of these labels to stamp sentiments and just little words, and so that's what I did off camera. I stamped them just using a black hybrid ink from My Favorite Things, and picked out some of those label stickers, and I'm adding some of them with some foam adhesive and then some without, just to give a little bit of accent. And I was just kind of going crazy, adding a little bit more stickers here and there, and but they end up okay, doing, turning out okay, I mean. So here I am adding some of these triangle stickers just to kind of use up this pack. I don't end up using all of the stickers, but I am happy with the ones that I were able to add. So the stamps that I used were from Technique Tuesday, and also one from Kaiser Craft. And I'm adding my date on top of that tag, and I stamped it a couple times. And I will handwrite the journaling off camera, so you won't see that, but you will see it finished in the detailed photos after this video. And then I decided that I wanted to add a little bit more something to the photos, and then I pulled out some word stickers. First, I wanted to use the Ranger, the Tim Holtz one, but they were just words. While this Simple Stories one that I'm using now are phrases, and I like that better. And so, and I got this one at Marshall's for like $1.99 for an 8-pack of just a bunch of random word or phrase stickers. And so I love incorporating this in my page, especially if I wanted to kind of fill in some of the empty gaps or open spaces in my photos. So I'm about done here. I'm about done here. And so if you have any questions, just leave it in the comment section below, and make sure you check out Coley Bing's video in the description. And I will see you next time. Bye.